If you enjoy playing 3D games, it's important to have a good graphics card. The graphics cards supplied by computer manufacturers do not always offer the best performance though. So if you find that certain games won't run, it might be time for an upgrade. In this video, we'll show how to upgrade the two most popular types of graphics card. There are two kinds of graphics cards. The most up-to-date cards use a slot called PCI Express, which looks like this, and older cards use one called AGP, which looks like this. Motherboards will have one or the other, so you must buy the right type for your computer. We'll show you both slots later on, but check your computer manual if you're not sure. Some cheap computers may not have a card in the graphics card slot. This is because they use a graphics chip on the motherboard instead, and this is called integrated graphics. Some of the cheapest computers may not even have a graphics card slot at all. I'm afraid in that case there is no way to upgrade the graphics without buying a new motherboard or computer. Now we've got a computer here that we've taken the side off so you can see where the graphics card is found. The graphics card slot is normally the topmost slot in the case and is almost always the longest slot as well. And sometimes there might be a smaller slot above it. If you look very closely, the slots are often labelled, so look for AGP or PCI Express, sometimes abbreviated to PCI-E. Modern graphics cards also need to be connected to the power supply, so you need to check that your power supply is powerful enough for the new card and that you have a suitable power plug to spare. Before starting, always make sure that all of the cables connected to the computer have been unplugged, especially the power and the monitor cables. So you can better see what we're doing during the upgrade, we've taken the motherboard out of the computer and put it on a stand. Now this is a motherboard with an AGP slot and it's got a fairly average AGP card installed. Now the first step when you're removing the graphics card, you can't actually see here, there'll be a screw holding it in place in the case. So undo this screw and put it on one side. Don't take the graphics card out just yet because most motherboards have a special retaining catch that holds the graphics card in place, and it's normally to be found at the end of the slot furthest from the back of the computer, in this case over here. So we just need to pull it in one direction and then we can lift the card out of the computer and put that on one side. And here we've got our new graphics card. This is a Sapphire HD 3850, which is currently the best performing AGP card that we could find. See, it's got the same kind of slot at the bottom, so carefully align it over the slot and press it into place. Now, as with all these things, don't force it because sometimes the catch might have flicked back into place and you'll have to hold it out. Now, on our motherboard here, the catch doesn't, so we'll need to flip that back into place. Most modern graphics cards also require their own power supply, and we've got here the cable from the power supply connected to the computer. Now sometimes you might not have this exact plug and the graphics card will come with an adapter that you can use. Plug it into the socket on the back of the card and it should snap into place. Now like most plugs inside a computer, this is keyed, so you shouldn't be able to get it in the wrong way round. If it doesn't seem to be fitting, don't force it, take it out and just double check you've got it the right way up. Now screw the graphics card back into the case and then you can replace the side of the case and all the cables and then start the computer. Fitting a PCI Express card is almost identical to fitting the AGP card. First of all, you'll need to remove the screw that's holding the card into the case and then remove the catch that holds the card into the motherboard. Now, not all catches stay in the same place that you left them like the AGP one did. And in this motherboard you have to hold the catch out of the way until the card has been removed. With the card removed you can see how it's a simple piece of plastic that just clips into place behind the card. Take the new card, carefully align it with the PCIe slot and push it into place. And you can hear there that the catch has just flicked back into place. You don't need to do anything else to fit it. Once again you'll need to give the graphics card its own power supply. So take the cable from the power supply and plug it in at the back. There it is, the graphics card is now fitted, so screw it back into the case, replace the side of the case and all of the cables into the back of the computer. And that's it, the graphics card has been upgraded.